Hello, friends. Nice to see you again. I hope you're all doing well, healthy, happy, successful in life, and getting whatever you want. Today, I would like to cook for you a Persian dish. This is actually a minced kebab that you might have tried it on the skew over the charcoal. But the one that I'm going to make is almost the same ingredients, but it's going to be very easy one and quick one, and it's actually cooked on the frying pan. And Tabeh means frying pan in Persian, and that's it. That's why this name has been given to this kebab. It's very simple and very quick. What we need is some mixture of lamb and beef, 50-50. So I have 1 kilo of lamb and beef minced meat. It shouldn't be extra lean, and it shouldn't be with a lot of fat, but it should be somewhere in the middle. We also need some onion. This is 1 large onion. You can either grind it with a grinder like this one, or you can put it on the food processor. And of course I did it in a food processor. That's the lazy way of doing it. Doesn't make any difference. You also need some slices of tomato, so you get some medium to large tomato and slice them. Try to make the same diameter. It doesn't matter if they are bigger and smaller, but they have to be same diameter. Now we also need some saffron. Saffron comes in a like a dry strings, and then you gotta grind them and make a powder, and then put the powder on the cold water and leave it for a while to get ready. Now with the powder, we need some spices. So that we are going to use half a tablespoon of turmeric, 1 teaspoon of ginger. You might have noticed I use a lot of turmeric and ginger in food that I'm making, because they are great. All of them are great spices. We also use half a teaspoon of black pepper and half a teaspoon of red pepper. This one is cayenne. It depends on you how spicy you want it, so you can add more or less. We are also going to add 1 tablespoon of Somac. This is a Persian seasoning, and it's kind of a sour seasoning, and it's usually used in kebabs, and it gives it a very nice taste. We also need 1 teaspoon of salt, and a tablespoon of all-purpose white wheat flour. Now our powder is ready. We are going to put it aside, and now we are going to get our meat ready. In order to do that, we are going to add the onion to the meat. And also garlic. If we were going to make the minced kebab on the skews, we would have had to squeeze the onions in a piece of cloth to get the juice out, in order not to have the meat dropping while we are having them on the charcoal. But because we are not going to do that, it doesn't matter if the juice is inside the onions. So we just mix and punch and try to get it all evenly mixed. Now we sprinkle all the powder that we have all over it. And mix and punch again. Now when the meat is ready, we are going to put a nylon cover on top of it and put it in the fridge for about a couple of hours to have it ready for cooking. So I think mixing is enough right now. Now we are going to put the nylon cover. Now we are going to put it in the fridge and wait for it to get ready. Meanwhile, we are going to put the frying pan on the stove with some coconut oil that I put on the frying pan. I'm going to add the tomatoes. We cook the tomatoes from one side and then flip it over and cook the other side. We don't want it to cook too much and get too mushy, but you will see how I am going to cook them. There is enough room for another one, so let's add that one. Okay, that should do it. Now for this dish we are going to cook some rice as well. I have soaked the rice in water for a few hours. Of course I wash it first and then soak it in water. This way we get rid of some of the extra starch so that the rice wouldn't become sticky. Now we add the rice into a pan and add some more water. Now put the lid on and wait for it to cook. Now I have flipped over the tomatoes that were done on one side. Now they're done on the other side as well. Now it's time to remove them from the frying pan and keep them aside for using later. Right, now we keep tasting the rice to see when it's cooked and ready. We are closed now, but I have to taste. Okay, I feel it's ready now. So what we need to do is to drain it into a strainer. And now we put some water on top of it to make sure it's washed and you don't have extra starch in there. Persian rice has to be separate granule and not sticky. So there are a few tricks to do that. First of all, we should get rid of starch, extra starch. And now I've washed it for that purpose. As you can see, there's some rice water in the bowl beneath it. I'm not going to throw that away. There are a few uses for that. I can also either leave it to cool down and use it as fertilizer for my plant, and there are some people who use that to wash their hair, and it helps growing the hair. Now we put the clean pot back on the stove, spray some olive oil at the bottom, and put the rice in the pan. And as I told you, there are some tips that you can do not to have the rice sticky. After putting it in the pan, we poke a few holes in the middle of it. First we make it like a heel, and then poke the holes in the middle like I'm doing, and then in order that the steam that is coming off the rice doesn't get back into the rice, we put some piece of clothing on top of the cover and cover the whole thing with that piece of cloth. This cloth is going to absorb the moisture that is coming off the rice, and therefore the rice would not be sticky. Now, while we put the rice on a medium-low heat to have the final stage of cooking, we get the meat out of the refrigerator. As you can see, I'm adding some of the saffron that I told you. We keep some of it for the rice and some of it we add to the meat mixture, and mix the saffron with the meat. This is gonna give it a nice color, nice flavor, and nice taste. Of course, being a vegetarian, I never tasted something like this before, so I'm talking about my friend's experience. Now that it's all mixed, I will be putting it in a pan. But before that, let me show you. When they're putting them on the skew, they take a bit of meat and put it around the skew and form a kebab all around it, but we are not going to do that. We are going to use a frying pan. In order for the meat not to drop down when it's around the skew, they squeeze the juice of the onion out with a piece of cloth and also add some special bread crumble. But because we are not going to use a skew, we are going to use the meat as is and flatten it in the frying pan and try to make it level and get it all balanced and level. And when that is done, we are going to use some tool to cut some lines on it. We can use either of these things that I'm showing you. So I'm going to make a line in the middle and a line on either side, so that we are going to have 4 kebabs. As you can see, I'm using a square or rectangle frying pan. You can use a round one, but this one gives it a more kind of a kebab shape. Now I'm adding some more Somac, not too much, just a little on top of the kebabs. Somac is a wonderful seasoning. I encourage you to look it up and see how good it is for you, for your health. Now we put the cover on the frying pan. It doesn't matter whether it's a round one or a rectangular one. You cover it a little bit and then open it up again and turn the kebabs around. Now we don't need to close the lid anymore, and just wait for the kebabs to cook a little and then flip them again. Now we are going to add the tomatoes on top of the kebabs. The tomatoes are going to help give the kebab a very nice taste. Now wait for a little for kebab to get cooked, and then we are gonna remove the tomatoes, put them on the side of a serving dish, and put the kebabs in the middle. Right now the kebabs are ready. We're gonna put them on the table, and now with the rice. Towards the end we add some butter on top of the rice so that it melts and goes down into the rice. You just give it a few minutes for it to melt, and now we are going to take some of that rice from the top and we are going to add a little bit of that remaining saffron on the rice. And mix the saffron with rice. We are going to use this bit for decorating the rice on the serving dish. Now we are going to put the serving plate on top of the pot and turn it over. As you can see, the rice will come off like a cake. Beautiful. Look at that. Now we put it beside the kebab and you're ready to go. Thanks for watching.